You leave the hustle and noise of Cairo behind you. Before you stretch the lazy bends of the Nile, lifeline of ancient Egypt. The mighty river disappears into the eternal expanse of the Egyptian desert.
Oh fuck, my mic was muted. Oh, Bree. That's why you can't hear me. It has nothing to do with your Wi-Fi. Oh, 4 minutes and 50 seconds wasted with a muted mic. Now you're never gonna know why the stream was later than it usually is. I could just repeat myself. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Imagine I do a whole stream with the mic muted. Yeah. The reason I forgot is I didn't do the starting soon screen. I just went live right from this screen because I didn't want the game to crash. And usually when I switch from starting soon, I habitually unmute. Damn. Feels weird. Yeah. I wanted to stream today, but I was busy. I've been really busy lately. Let's take a look at this camel. And then I showered, and my hair was damp, and I didn't want to. I wanted to tie it back before I started streaming. This is all very interesting. Take a look at the sick animal. She scratches her head. Wow. Camel Whisperer. There's an achievement for that. Very interesting, I know. I would have went live like 45 minutes ago, but Blame the hair. It's weird. I feel like now that I'm live, I feel like I'm in this weird, like, tired mood. How am I? I guess that's how I am. I don't know. I wasn't feeling like this earlier today. I guess it's just because I was busy and I'm low on energy. Hey, Moosey. Yeah, I'm tired. It was all that talking I did in that 4 minutes and 50 seconds. This is it? At least it's not a fight, right? Oh yeah, I came in so high energy. You know me. You know me. No, I'm talking more like actual just energy to do the things that you do throughout the day. Because I don't think I could ever be described as energetic. The heat makes you tired and you don't want to use the evaporation cooler because ozone waning. I was doing jumping jacks, pun intended. It's been hot there, huh? It's been like hot-ish for this time of year lately, like 28, 29 degrees Celsius. Should I blast these zombies? Statues on the facade have been deliberately smashed. Why would I attack this place? To try and find fuel and loot? Let's do it. It's always relative to what you're used to. Yeah, I mean, you kind of run the gambit here. Canada's not as cold as people think it is, you know, when it's not winter. We go minus 30 without the wind chill to plus 30. You know, it's just this time of year, I guess. I'm not used to it being so hot. There's a lot of dudes here. High Priestess. Oh shit. It's some cult shit. It's some real cult shit. That's how the Midwest was. Yeah, I guess I've always assumed that the States is typically warmer. But, you know, some of the, you know, just below the border, it's not that much different weather, I would assume. We probably want to kill the High Priestess first. Is this like taking cover behind skulls? What is this? I think I can walk behind here. Because I think there's tiles back here. Do I get to move first? I think I do, right? Let's just swarm the High Priestess. Yeah. The nights are nice. It was rainy. I think there's a thunderstorm warning today. So if the stream cuts out randomly, it's probably why. That literally happened a few weeks ago, didn't it? And then OBS was being shitty. You want good storms more? You like what? You like the sound of the storms? The smell of rain? I like those things. A little bit. 18 armor is a lot of armor. Could I stabby stab? Yes. Oh, I just straight up can't go through here. The map is very restrictive. Oh, maybe it's because Pereira's here. No, okay, there's just too many skulls. Oh wait, these zombies just like... Oh shit. I wonder if I can kill that zombie too. Give me some wiggle room. $47. Maybe with what's his butt? What's the difference between a zombie and an infected? If you're at home, it's great. The power goes out a lot during storms here. Which is not ideal. Oh, if I go here, it's out of the range of this guy. Can she, with sprint, get like behind here? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Wait, 47 so much HP. Oh, but we do more, baby. Because I don't think these guys have ranged weapons. We got him. You'd hate them more if you weren't on a laptop. Oh oh wait. Oh, I thought I fucked up. Okay, no, we're good. We're good, we're good. So you don't have to worry about losing progress if the power goes out on whatever project you're working on. A backup power supply for the modem. Now you're getting into some real fancy shit. Gotta have those contingency plans. Are these guys for real right now? They don't move very far. I think this one explodes. And that one. Maybe. I wonder what the priestess would have done. Infected. Oh, or maybe they don't explode. They're just beefy. Wait, this one has an attack range. Oh, no, no, no. I think... Did the infected explode when I shot it? I don't actually know. Okay. Let's... Stab... Oh, wait. Yeah, stab this guy. And try to kill that infected. Can she sprint again? Oh my god. Look at that shit. Hundo percento. They can't leap these barriers. I guess only we can leap barriers. 41. Well... Maybe I wait for it to get a little bit closer. A series of short outages happens more than single long ones where you are. Oh man. Here it's either it's fine or it goes out for like hours. Oh, I can just go from here. I don't even need to sprint. Oh wow, look at that. Wait, it can move and then attack though. So if I don't high roll, what's the range? 1, 2. Wait, why does that range seem weird? 1, 2, 3. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look how close. So I'll go here instead. We're just gonna chill behind this wall. No. We gotta back up a little bit. Go into the flying V formation. Reserved for just such occasions. I need new glasses. I went to the optometrist and got my new... Oh shit, did I not count it out properly? Motherfuck. Holy fuck. Hold up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just thought it was 3 range, but it's actually 4 range. If only there was some way to like have that information easily accessible to the player instead of having them count out the weird ranges on like diagonal grids. No, okay. I have to stop complaining about this shit. Sound like a broken record. Let's be positive, okay? The art style is very charming. The music isn't horrible. The setting is cool. Who doesn't love killing Nazis? Smiley face. 47, 41. How much damage does her gun do? I should try to kill this guy with her. What system was this game originally for? PC, I think. I have no idea though. Finn just gifted it to me. I didn't really look into it. Yeah, I have a tendency to over-criticize, maybe. Let's rein that in, alright? Let's rein that shit in, son. Where are we gonna go with her? Let's back the fuck up. It's nice that these guys don't care about cover. Oh my god, we low rolled. Killing the ranged guys would be nice. Can I shoot and then move? Oh, he's not in my line of sight. Because he's not behind cover, he's behind a wall. It's possible to stay positive while being critical. Yeah. Yeah. Constructive criticism and all that. I don't... Yeah. Yeah. I'm not... Yeah, can criticism be positive? I guess staying positive, like having a positive attitude while criticizing, not positive criticism. Right. You're more critical when you like something. I'm the same. I think a lot of people could describe themselves that way. Like, I was quite critical of, well, I was very critical of Banner Saga because I wanted it to be good so bad. But I can't genuinely say that, like, by the end of the third game, like, the first game was still the best in the series, which is not ideal. Still had fun with them, though. Still had fun with them. Stay positive, folks. Let's shoot and run. That's the name of the game, son. Before we do, though, let's decide where we're going to go with our boy here. Because I think he's going to get shot with a infected puke spray. Yeah, oh my god. Why do I feel so, like, apathetic towards fixing this thing? Maybe it's because I like being #1 on my own leaderboard. That's right. You think a lot of criticism is positive? I don't know if I agree. In what way? I'm open to the idea of it being that way. Banner Saga is the first thing you think of when you think of me being critical. There was also Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Lions. Good lord, I took every opportunity to basically just tear that game to shreds. It's the closest I've come to, like, actively deciding to drop a game. Anyways, I was also really critical of, like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Well, I wasn't really critical because there's not much to criticize, really. It does a lot of stuff well, but I thought, like, yeah, I still had some problems with it that I don't really, I didn't really see a lot of other people having a problem with. I'm already done my tea. And we're only 25 minutes in. I guess it's better to drink it while it's hot. When criticism is to complain or hurt, it's negative. When criticism is to improve, it's positive. Well, yeah, I was saying constructive. Criticism can be constructive. I don't know if I would describe, like, there's positive intent. I guess that's good enough. I think of it more of like the attitude of the person than the actual criticism itself being positive, because I'm not sure if, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go here and shoot this thing with a shotty. That would have one-shotted, huh? Maybe I should, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I might have accidentally put him in a really good spot. Let's just go back here. There's no such thing as bad press. Yeah, you see a lot of people getting, like, you know, media attention for really, you know, bad things. They end up coming out the better for it. Where positive intent can still be negative. Oh shit, there's a gap in the wall there. How the fuck are you supposed to see that? God damn. Maybe more of a bird's eye top-down view for a tactics game with a grid would be appreciated. But I respect the choice to go for the unconventional in the genre. Sometimes conventions exist for a reason, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Motive is a big part. There are cases where positive intent can still be negative. Well, yeah, whose perspective are we talking about here? Because positive intent from the person like giving the criticism. I guess we're talking about the person receiving the criticism and how they would perceive it. Criticism and critical get too much of a bad rep as being negative. Yeah, I don't think that it's inherently negative, but I don't think it... Oh fuck, I just misclicked because I was randomly clicking. I don't think, I mean, I don't know if I would describe it as either. I don't think I would describe being critical as positive or negative, I guess. Maybe those aren't the best descriptors for it. Infected. Let's use the person that doesn't use ammo. Part of it's just semantics. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the criticism itself. Because you can talk about people's intentions all day long, but if you're just talking about like criticism on its own, yeah, I guess it is what it is. I don't know, I think some people... You think we can one-shot this zombie? Oh, I could just stab it, right? Guaranteed kill. I took a lot of armor damage in this fight. I think... Yeah. Because you can think critically about things. I guess that's a separate thing to offering criticism to other people. Is there any fuel? Oh shit, there actually was. And a better healing item. I guess I can get rid of this then. I don't necessarily need to heal, but we do need to repair our shit. It'd be nice to get a better repairing thing. I wonder if they're rare. There we go. Little cheeky upgrades. There's no goddamn way we're wasting fuel going anywhere but like towards the main objective. There are people with good intentions that are more self-serving than they admit to themselves. Then there are others with good intentions who can say hard things and still have it received well. You think that takes more skills in reading others to be received well? Yeah, I can agree with that. You certainly see a lot of people with good intentions that it's quite clear that it's very self-serving. A chest. Chesticle. Lucky. I'll take it. Is this a rest spot? Oh shit. I didn't even read it. Reading is something that I've abandoned, apparently. I think you can criticize without even thinking about your intentions too, though. Like if someone is just like by nature a critical person who like sees the flaws in something and like just absent-mindedly vocalizes them or something, then I guess again it's kind of the idea that if you remove the intent, what is it? Am I being ambushed? I wish I knew. Shit. We don't have to worry about cover though. Well, some of these... What is this? Oh, the Spore Bear doesn't move, I don't think. And it explodes if it's the last thing on the map, right? So stay away from it. And it should be fine. Everything has so much HP. It's kind of annoying. I want a one-shot shit. Oh boy, the more I use the shotguns, the more I realize their limited range is really a hindrance. Very much so. Holy fuck, look how far they can attack. The High Priestess. Oh shit, I can't move and act this turn, so they're ambushing me. I guess we're just gonna shoot this guy here. So I can duck out behind the wall, I guess. At your contract, you're directing a team of mostly non-designers to make the project look unified. All pieces were done by a trained designer. Oh, make them look like all pieces were done by a trained designer. Many times the number of change comments to their work than any other reviewer on the course. Not just what to do, but the value of why it's important. Sounds like a healthy work environment. You've received good thanks even though you're critical. Yeah. Criticism's obviously important. Oh, I was about to move again. It's important for, wait, where'd that thing go? Did I kill it? Okay. I guess I'm gonna move into cover. Maybe the... Because thinking about it, like... Even just the purpose of the criticism... What the fuck was that? What was that? What was that sound? Does anybody recognize that sound? I've never heard that fucking sound before in my life, I feel like. Oh, never mind. I know what it was. Yeah, the ding. Bro, why the fuck is there a ding? Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh, the purpose of the criticism is probably even more important than the intent. Because, like, if you're criticizing something on your own, like a game you're playing, like, no one is gonna see that criticism. You're just criticizing just to vocalize the bad that you see in the thing that you're dealing with. But like you were talking about, if you're on a team and there's sort of a goal and a purpose. The criticism is obviously, like, the purpose and the intent of the criticism is so obvious to the person receiving it that, like, it couldn't really be considered anything but constructive. Yeah. I really don't like the fact that... Oh, fuck it. Just go stand somewhere. Come on now. Just do that. Thonking too hard about where I'm gonna stand. There goes all the armor. How many of those... Holy fuck, look how far that went. Oh, they throw grenades. That's right. I remember. Well, I've never actually seen them throw a grenade, but I was told that's what they do. And that shit's just a really long range attack. How much HP do I have? Oh wait. 80 out of 80. That's not true. Why does it say 80 out of 80? It's just one of those things. You've heard art streamers talk about it. General consensus seems to be is the streamer asks for it, it can be a good thing, but that unsolicited, it's a bad thing. Unsolicited advice or criticism, indeed. Yeah. I guess we boiled it down to, like, what... It comes down to the person receiving it and, like, what the purpose of the criticism is. Like, what's the point of some random pleb in chat, you know, criticizing the way someone is drawing something? There is no point other than... Yeah, well, I mean... It's weird to even think about, like, I could never even see myself... I don't think I've ever criticized someone that was actively doing something, like, in the moment. By way of, like, typing something out and choosing to send, like, it's just like a step that I don't think I'm interested in taking. Like, even if I, like, see, like, let's say I see a YouTube video that, like, you know, I see some contradiction in something someone is saying, or there's some aspect of, like, the video, like, they ramble on about a certain subject that, like, is irrelevant to the subject matter of the video or something. I don't then go into the comments and... Yeah, I don't know. I think it takes an extra level of, like, intent that I guess only a certain kind of person has, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'll talk about my opinions and my criticisms of something freely. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what the point of what I'm talking about is. We're just talking. They will ask for criticism, but they are really looking for praise and don't receive it well. That's just on them. The Canadian blood, yeah. You're either drawn to their personality or not. Oh, I'm not... Yeah, I don't know if that's really relevant. But I agree though, yeah. If you hate they're off topic. No, I think maybe I didn't explain that very well. Like, basically, yeah, I don't know. Did I explain it poorly? Like, just like, I don't know, like what's, I think there's a difference between getting slightly off topic and then, you know, like spending a quarter of the video talking about things that are completely irrelevant. I don't know. Or like spending way too much time on a really simple concept. That's another thing that I see pretty frequently. Like over-explaining. I can't remember exactly what the video was about, but there was like an hour-long video that definitely could have been like 20 minutes. That's a really extreme case, but you know, it is what it is. We need to, I mean, Jackson's gonna die. I think this is kind of just a wash, honestly. Let's go hide behind a wall. Oh, I did not think that through. Oh, we don't want to shoot. Oh, actually. Nice. We can one-shot it. No. Yeah, listen, I think my words are being misconstrued or something because I don't necessarily have a problem with going off topic. And it's especially, like, it depends on, like, the framing of the video. Like, if you are setting up your thing as, like, sort of a video essay or something, like, then, you know, some criticisms might apply to things more than if it's just some, like, person doing some, like, freeform rambly type shit. I have no idea if this... Is this guy behind a wall right now, or is he right in front of me? I think he's right in front of me. Can I shoot him? Yeah, oh, he's behind the tent. He's getting cover from the tent. I can't shoot my laser beam through that tent. Over-explaining. Yeah, I mean, I'm really bad at explaining things in general. But, having something explained to me, I guess it just yeah, I don't know. I feel like in like a scripted, any sort of scripted sort of content, like if you're just having a conversation or talking, then it's like, it's fair game, like pretty much anything's fair game, right? But if you're scripting something out and making the video and editing it, and somehow this like 15-minute section of rambling on a very simple concept still made it into the video, then I think there might be something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I have nowhere else to stand, so I guess I'm just gonna stay in this cover and shoot this infected. Oh, I thought I didn't kill him. This shotgun is not useful. Should I just charge in? These cultists throw grenades. I need to, like, get up in their face. Fuck it. We're going. Oh, I've already acted. I guess Pereira's fucked. Ugh. Sorry, buddy boy. Oh my god, I really boned myself, didn't I? Yeah. Whoa. You can just fly over a train and shit. They can summon shit. Oh, they raise the dead. That's what they do. you watched a board game reviewer who had 30-minute videos, but like clockwork, you could start from 13 minutes in to skip the early rambling and still get every bit of that info. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's an audience for that kind of a thing, because if they keep doing it, then obviously someone's watching it and is seemingly okay with it. I wonder if I could just farm that XP of it getting raised and then killing it again over and over. Dude, Pereira's so dead, I might as well just go out in a blaze of glory. Just go absolutely apeshit. I keep thinking there's someone up in the top right, but that's just simply not the case. Can I go here and then like dash a couple times to get around behind this guy's booty? Wait, is he... Even if I flank him, I won't be able to... There's a fucking wall there. Never mind. What else? Can I get it? A good angle on this guy? 52 is insane. Can I just take a shot from here? No. I don't even know if I would have an angle. There's no way to know, unfortunately. Unless I commit to going over here first. Yeah, it's definitely unreasonable to think everything is made to your taste. That's what I was saying earlier about not putting those criticisms in the comments, because to what end would I be doing that? Yeah, I don't know. It taught you to be less anal about having to not miss a minute of content. Oh man. Dude, I honestly, I don't watch half of the... Like, the majority of videos I watch, I don't end up paying attention during half of it. Oh shit, I could go all the way down here and still have decent cover. Let's chase after this priestess, because she's the biggest problem. 50-50. Oh, wait. Was that a one-shot? Wow. Okay. Sure. I should try to get over to Pereira to first aid him. We're very mobile. Holy fuck. Standing there was the dumbest thing I could have done, huh? Lucky. Might have to do a straight up, like, full-on heal. 60 HP. That's goddamn all of it. Do it. How many supplies do I have left? 4. Do you see the... Okay. Let's try and, like, be nice about this. Do you see my issue, though? So what you're seeing above that enemy's head is the hit rate. If I stand in cover here... I have to literally stand on this one horizontal set of tiles because he has cover here and apparently cover down here too. And I can't lean out from cover, I can only lean out from behind a wall. Does this guy have a ranged attack? Yeah, he does. So am I just gonna stand as far back as possible to shoot this guy? Yeah, I am. Darn. I think we need to cut Pereira from the team because he can barely move. Look at his movement range compared to the other two. I think he has 2 less tiles of movement. Should I get in cover? This guy doesn't have the AoE, this guy does. I wish I could get there. Maybe I'll... Oh shit, she already healed, didn't she? Yeah, it would help if I was actually like paying attention to what I was doing as well. I'll go here and shoot him. I'm out of ammo on Pereira. Oh, he attacked and then moved. Okay, you don't see them doing that very often. Nice maneuver. 46. This campfire is considered cover as well. That was a disaster. That was an absolute disaster. Can we recover? Probably not. We're finding fuel out the wazoo. A pistol, we don't use those around here, but we'll take it. Armor... Okay, fine, we'll do this. Armor is more important than HP, but having 20 HP is a bit too low. So we're gonna have 0 supplies after this. Okay. I think we better swap out Pereira now that we know that he can barely move. Mobility is important if you're using a shotgun. If he can't get close enough, then he's useless. Not saying he was particularly useless in that last map, but I can see it becoming an issue soon. Oh, look at these motherfuckers. These Anubis looking motherfuckers. You had hoped to take a break at the walls of the temple, but then you spot the cultists marching in your direction across the desert dunes, and you quickly hide behind a large stone statue. When the cultists arrive a short time later, they begin preparations for ritual and gather right in front of the statue that you are hiding behind. Oh, son of a beach ball. Oh, there we go, we're hiding. There's the priestess. As the high priestess grovels before the stone statue, the rest of the cultists begin a grotesque dance, as if in a trance. They're a poet and they did not even know that they were one of them. They spin around and spread out around the statue. In a few moments, they will be able to see you. Surprise, motherfucker. We're just gonna fight. The surprised round is, easy mode. Yo, my booty is so sore. I know I say it like every time. I've been, maybe part of the reason why I'm lower on the old, energy reserves is because I've been exercising every day again, trying to get back into shape. Yeah. Maybe I need to eat more food to have more energy. I eat a decent amount. Maybe I should like shove like a bunch of carrots into my mouth before a stream. Eat an apple. What are these guys? How do I tell what they are? I can't mouse over them. Spore Bearer, that's an easy KO. Okay. Spending more energy gives more energy. Eventually. Oh my god. Well, yeah, the healthier you are, the less energy you're spending on your, you know, day-to-day shit and exercising as well. True dat. I'm burping a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's very distracting. We're just gonna do this and just wipe these guys out in the bottom left corner. You're sleeping 10 hours and taking naps? Holy shit. Usually 7 hours no naps. Oh man. Low iron. Iron. Maybe that's my issue. I guess. I don't know. Raisins and spinach. Are they high in iron? Iron. Fucking iron. What a dumb fucking word. Who deals the lowest damage? 40 to 54. 39. Oh, that's good. That's juicy. Let's do that. A Borger. Nice. When I do my health kick things, I stop. I don't eat a lot of shit that I would normally eat. Like, I don't eat bread. I don't eat anything with added sugar. So, like, I just get the natural sugars from fruit and shit. What else do I not eat? I don't know. I cut out a lot of shit. I don't really do dairy anyway, anyways, but like, I don't really go, I don't do like cheese. What else don't I do? I don't know. A whole bunch of shit. It's just veg, fruit, brown rice, and chicken. Oh, I don't do red meat. I wonder, I've thought about going vegetarian for a long time. It's just because the only thing I would have to replace would be the chicken. I guess, I don't know what I would replace it with, like tofu or some shit. I don't know. You don't have bread, just a patty. Yeah. A patty with some mustard. And that's it. You've eaten so heavily vegan for years now. Yeah. You can help me? Oh, like, go vegetarian? Yeah, I don't know. I think the only thing that would hold me back is, like, how expensive is tofu cheaper than chicken? I feel like it wouldn't be, but I guess I've never checked. And then I would just need to find a way to prepare it in a way that wasn't super boring, I guess. Can I just shoddy this guy? You can get by cheaper eating plant-based. There are ways to be more expensive too. I'm just talking a 1-to-1 swap out. The only meat I ever eat is chicken. We're just talking 1-to-1 here. I don't know, like a pound of chicken to a pound of tofu, what's more expensive, I wonder? Because my diet does not vary. When I'm doing this health thing, it's pretty much eating the same shit every single day. I wonder if there's a name for like the diet that I sort of abide by. I don't really think of it as a diet because I just stop eating the stuff that I feel like will make it harder to lose weight. I guess that's what a diet is. But I didn't look anything up. I just sort of decided to... It's the way I decided to do it a long time ago, and I've just stuck to that. You might need to mix other things up. The diet of the African mongoose consists of X, Y, Z. How do you guys feel about Zed? As a couple of Americans. The texture of tofu makes it pretty inedible for you. Texture... Yeah, I've somehow gotten even more sort of... Texture used to be the most important thing for me with food, because, I mean, even taste I didn't particularly care that much about. Obviously, I enjoy good tasting food, but if my food didn't taste particularly good, I didn't really get upset about it. But even now, like, even texture now, I don't really care about. Is it possible to just... I wish I could just... Are there, like... Can you just live off of, like, just a bunch of vitamins in a fucking cup? Just chug it once a day and you're good to go. Like, food is such a hassle. I've probably talked about this before. I just wish I didn't have to eat. But alas. You're used to Z, but you don't really care. Dragon Ball Z. My favorite Chinese cartoon. Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. Let's just let these guys come into this little fucking corridor. Oh, I need to back up quite a bit though. Actually, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll... What's the deal with these fuckers? Why can this one shoot so far? I guess both of them can. This one can just see down the corridor. Can I just, like, stand... Wait, don't I have a thing that's, like, reaction shot? Oh... Yeah. Do it. And then we'll just hide behind some walls. Oh, fuck, that's kind of... Let's go over there. I want to make sure she doesn't get shot at. We're just going to move one space and end turn. Top strats. You were never excited about tofu when you first got into it. Then you had it where you squish the water out under weight for 20 minutes. Oh wait, I think you've talked about this before. Motherfucker threw a thing. Bruh. That's really annoying. That's hard to deal with. I wonder how you play around that. Because I don't think that can miss either. Can they only throw one of those per thing? I guess you just stay out of its range. That's the only way to play around it. Okay. Interesting. Roll it in cornstarch, spicer mixture, pan fry it. That sounds nice. That's true. You have a food and then you have a bad experience with it and you think you're never gonna like it. I had that with, I got really bad food poisoning from, it was like I was doing some volunteering at like, oh, I don't even remember where it was now, it was a long time ago. I was doing volunteering, it was like security for some, like, event or some shit. But they fed the volunteers, and I had this like wrap with some meat in it, and I got so sick. Like, it's the only time really that I've ever had food poisoning. So I don't really have anything to compare it to, because I don't think I've ever had food poisoning other than that one time. It was so bad, because I remember I went over to a friend's house afterwards, after the volunteering, and like it didn't affect me right away at first, but then like we were sitting in his basement playing video games and I like started shaking and I couldn't stop, and like I went into his bathroom and like vomited a lot and then took a shower, but like was shaking the whole time in the shower. It was unpleasant. So then I avoided wraps for a while after that. Turns out wraps are very easy to avoid. So that's nice. It's like the flu but more intense. Yeah, I think the fact that I pretty much never get sick sort of enhanced the effect of like the oh shit, I feel very unwell, like very quickly. Because I honestly don't remember the last time I felt genuinely like ill. Maybe like high school. I don't want to think about how many years ago that was now, but oh my god. Yeah. Interesting. It's a good way to feel like your life is passing you by. Just think about how long ago high school was, huh? So this did not turn out well because he shredded my armor and I have no supplies left to like recuperate that. This is a horrible situation. Fuck it, I'm running away. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Well, the problem is, I don't know if they can throw another grenade. Apparently they can. Just keep throwing fucking grenades. God damn it. But yeah, let's just say I haven't been sick for 8 years or so. That I can recall. Certainly not in the last 3 years. Especially when I was doing the daily streams, you guys would have heard about if I was sick. Because I wouldn't have stopped complaining about it. This is frustrating. I guess I'll just stand here because apparently this is good cover, because unless they're standing here, I'm in cover, if you can believe that. Okay, good. Killed the problematic mother trucker. I guess there's just no avoiding these guys. I just kind of have to fuck them up. I'd rather Jackson get hit than Pereira. I don't even have line of sight on this guy right here if I'm standing here. Maybe I'll just stand right next to him. 52, yikes. Is there, I guess there's no point in standing in cover, is there? Should I just... Oh wait, he has cover above him too. That's crazy. I wonder if this guy, depending on what he does, he might not end up having line of sight. So let's just go stand right next to him. It's cheaper, huh? Maybe I should look into it. Let's see. Thighs are better tasting than breasts. They're definitely cheaper. I don't know. I don't know that I've noticed them tasting better. They're not quite as lean, are they? Which is fine, I guess. Let's see. A whole chicken is cheaper. Yeah. I guess it just comes down to you're paying for the convenience, I guess, of like particular parts of the chicken, huh? And it being cut up for you and stuff. Or, you know what I'm saying. So I can sprint out here. We low rolled on this guy, but that's okay. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna expose our booties to this, whatever the fuck this guy is. Strategy has gone out the window here, folks. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Be very surprised if we survive this shit. 46? Okay, we got a pretty good shot at this guy. Get extra firm tofu. Oh, that's an absolute low roll. Mother of God. Alright, Pereira, we need you to one-shot this guy. I need to take a break to go to the bathroom. I need supplies badly. Come on, baby. Supplies, please. Oh, 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 no. Oh, yep, we got 1 supplies. Nice. I'm going to go on a break. A quick break. You like the idea of what it's intended to be? Organic? Oh yeah, I can't say. I don't care too much about that. Alright, I'll be right back. We're not switching scenes in OBS, so this is gonna have to do. Otherwise it's gonna crash for sure. Hey look, I unmuted myself. Ooh, we leveled up. I'm back. Is the ad over? Don't worry guys, we got 20 minutes of pre-roll. Pre-rolls being off. Feels good, man. Agility is the one that we always want. Being able to move farther. That's gonna help. I was just complaining about his mobility, maybe it's fine now. I have 1 supplies. Let's rest here. And then decide what we're gonna do. I wonder why it gives the choice of... Like, I wonder why it doesn't just auto-rest you. Unless there's some mechanic introduced later where, like, you're being chased by something, maybe. Or you're chasing after something and wasting a day resting makes it harder for you or something. Because right now there's no reason not to rest. You don't use any of your supplies. Well, it'd be cool to visit up here, but we're not going to do that. So the squishiest person definitely needs their armor repaired, so I guess that's what we're going to do. We're skirting a thin line here. The mud huts on your right appear lifeless in the desert sand. No human voices welcome you. There is no bleating of sheep in the distance, not even the barking of dogs to mark your approach. An initial inspection confirms your suspicions. The inhabitants of the village have abandoned their homes, and they left in a terrible panic. Oh my god. A search of the huts reveals nothing, but you do find a strange structure that sets your hair on end. Surrounded by unspeakable offerings. Are those heads? Amazing. A malignant-looking statue of an enthroned pharaoh. The evil emanating from the pitch-black basalt statue is palpable. The statue's eyes follow you with an imperious leer, giving you an intense feeling of unease. You do not breathe easy again until you have clear skies above you, leaving the baleful gaze of Turash Ra far behind. The Brotherhood has obviously been here before you. You just hope the villagers got to safety in time. Do I know what the Brotherhood is? Are those the cultists, I guess? Is there a shop around here anywhere? I need to splash some cash on some supplies. As you travel through the endless desert, you see a small herd of wild camels on your right, plodding across the dunes in the distance. You see a mother camel with its foal, both as white as freshly driven snow. Lagging behind the rest of the herd, after a few minutes, the shy animals turn and disappear among the dunes. I guess I just wasn't expecting a snow descriptor in the desert. Took me by surprise. Some cultists are camping in the shadow of some dilapidated ruins. They are engrossed in a strange ritual and have not noticed you. Yeah, fuck these guys. We're gonna avoid the fight. We're kind of in rough shape here. I have no supplies. I guess fighting would gain us some supplies. The bunker is half hidden among the... You climb the... Double-dee-double-dee-doo. Should I read this? The silence is broken only by the buzzing of the flies. You climb over the mangled bodies. Ugh. Disgusting. Oh, great. Are we surprised? blindsided. Bitch. I do not understand this. Like, stumbling into another party that also isn't expecting you results in you getting ambushed. They weren't sitting here waiting for us. Anyways, this is an interesting little facility. What is this room? Is this a doorway? But no, I don't think so. It's just a tiny little isolated room. How much HP does this guy have? Oh my gosh. Is this him? Cultist 2, 46 HP. How much? Oh shit. Fuck it. Let's just deploy as far back as possible. This is a really bad situation. These are walls? That means they can't shoot me? Is that right? They need like a really direct line of sight. Is there anything I can do to like... This character will receive a guaranteed evade on the next attack. Fuck it, let's bum rush this guy and just do our evade move. Look at this. Oh shit, I forgot I can't. Oh fuck. I'm being ambushed. It's so... I talk about this every time too, but being ambushed and being able to move is very unconventional. It doesn't feel particularly intuitive. I guess if I played the game more frequently, I would get used to it. Yeah. It's just an interesting design choice. Welcome back, Moosey. Okay, these guys are all just shambling. Oh! Wait! Am I gonna complain again? Yes, I am. I didn't even see what happened there. I have a wall to my right and a wall above me. And the guy is, like, right here. But he can still hit me because I guess they're two separate walls. There's a gap between. I should have known. I should have known. Yeah, I was foolish to assume. Can we one-shot this guy? Yeah. Oh, fuck, I didn't kill him. Great. We're gonna run back and let Natalia run in there. I think I'm gonna be overwhelmed here. Can I retreat? No. Oh boy. This should be interesting. Yeah, I don't know why I thought just mousing over this, seeing the two walls next to me. But you know what? This guy can just... What's the point in the walls, I wonder? If he can just go right through. I mean, because this is not a wall. It's just considered a wall in terms of cover. So there is a space there. Yep. That is a thing. No reason to complain about that. Oh my fucking god, they explode. I forgot. We're gonna retreat. You're the gamer who would see a death pit and have to immediately suicide to see how it worked. You're a brave, brave soul. You go into games not assuming anything about what makes sense. I think it's a lot easier to do that at like the start of a gaming sort of closer to the start of your gaming experience the more games you play, especially of a particular genre, the more you come to expect things to behave in a certain way. And it's kind of a shame that that's the way things are, because then as a developer you kind of have to either adhere to those sort of expectations or cause a lot of unnecessary, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like unnecessary, like, misunderstandings, I guess. And that's just the way it is, regardless of how you feel about the subject. There's some point about just taking it in free of assumptions. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's... Yeah, the more you play a genre, the less possible it is to actually do that. As nice as it sounds to be able to do it. Who should we... Does this guy explode too? All three of these guys explode, so we can't attack from right next to him. Can Pereira get out here? Yes. Let's do that first. Because this guy's gonna explode and hurt the other guy. 71 damage, that's crazy. There's definitely a UI bug. I wonder if they're still patching this game. Probably not. Well, we found a number of bugs, but that's just, you know, a thing. Okay, this cultist throws grenades, right? Should we just go as far back as possible? And we don't need to go as far back as possible, just so long as... Well, if he can go here, he can throw the grenade the full distance. Again, just being able to look at their information and them having a stat of how, like, what their range is instead of having to count the tiles would be really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that could be wrong. I'm gonna assume it's 7 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I go here, I should be fine. You can put effort towards it. Yeah, it's not really something you think about. You know? Like your example you were using earlier, now that you've played plenty of games compared to what you had played as a kid, if you were encountered with a pit, you would assume that entering that pit would equate to you losing a life or getting a game over or something. There's no need to jump into it. It's kind of the same thing, just in terms of like a different genre and, you know, I don't know. It's also just more tiring to like constantly assume that everything you know about a particular thing just... Yeah, I don't know. Like I said before, it's a nice thought to be able to do that, but I don't think it's realistic in any way, shape, or form, unfortunately. So if this guy can throw one... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the range is on a diagonal. Oh shit, wait, it's a grenade, so it probably has a radius. I should have went one tile further back. We just need to split up, I guess. You still jump in, but you don't try to. Oh, so what you're... Right, but you still have already made the assumption of what's going to happen when you enter the pit, regardless of how long it takes for you to enter it, and like any sort of... Yeah, I don't know. I think this guy, since range is on a diagonal in this game, if he can throw to here, that means he can throw to here. That means he can maybe throw to here as well. But even if he can't, he could probably throw to here and hit both of these guys. Can I move with either of them? No. Oh my god, dude. That's really frustrating. Let's see if it happens the way we think it's gonna happen. Oh, he's not even gonna come over there. They're gonna wait for me? Okay. They're the last three. That's good. They're tucked away in this room. You fools, why would you do that? Let's take full advantage. 52. Gosh, Pereira, you unfortunate soul. Let's dash. We're gonna sprint out here. Oh my gosh, no, the cover. He's tucked in here, so I have to stand here or here to hit him. That means this guy's gonna have a free angle on us. And we're clumped together, so he'll hit both of us with his grenade. Oh boy. 40 to 54. You know what? We could get lucky. There's some things that aren't pits that you're more like me about. More like me is an understatement. I think 99.9% of people that have played games for any reasonable amount of time will just naturally usually make assumptions about most things, unless it's like a mechanic that is uncommon or something and that they need to learn. Even the most, yeah, I mean, this can be applied to even the most basic things, like, you know, what will happen if I click this? Oh, it brings up the menu. Stuff like that, that like, if someone who had never played a game before just picked up a game for the first time and didn't know absolutely anything. Like, I think developers almost rely on the fact that people make assumptions about shit. Because, like, I'd say like 70% of their game they don't explain and just expect you to kind of understand. And trial and error is typically kind of a bad thing. In terms of like player experience being enjoyable. Because like as a player I don't want to have to try something, fail at it, and then understand, okay, so I need to do this thing differently. Like if that happens naturally in gameplay, that's fine, but if that's the way you teach someone a mechanic, that's bad. It's kind of like one of the bosses in Final Fantasy X comes to mind, where they introduce, what mechanic was it? It was in one of the boss fights with Seymour, they introduce a new mechanic, and I cannot think of a worse time to introduce a mechanic. And so then you have to fail and understand what that mechanic is and then try again. It's so dumb. God, Final Fantasy X, why weren't you good? I was told you were good by so many people. 40 to 54. Oh, man. The fact that it is a game and it is all make-believe, including the physics, makes you think there's little reason to assume it will be the same. I don't know, man. I think like we just inherently disagree on this sort of making assumptions thing. And that's okay. Okay, let's see. I really wish I could shoot this guy without standing out in the open. Does this go through? No, it stops at... It would be stopped by this table. Because it goes infinite range in a straight line, but... Oh, wait. Why is this 100% to hit? I lean out from the wall, and I'm on this line of tiles, but I guess the game considers... Because I'm starting on this tile, it considers me, like when I make my attack, even though I'm over here, it still thinks of me on this tile. So it, even though my line of sight is blocked on this tile and I have to move, like I lean out, and then he should have cover from this angle because of the rules that the game has established. But that's just not how it works. Okay, sure. I'll take it. Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad the game lied to me. Bro, I swear to God. Good stuff. We have a different way of taking on games. I'm more about story and you're more about mechanics. Yeah, I mean... I guess so, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's completely accurate, but I see what you're saying. I think most of the stuff I criticize in the games that I play comes from a mechanical side. But I do care about story a lot, so what you're saying is technically true. Misinformation is... I mean, especially in a tactics game, misinformation is like a cardinal sin. It's insane. It's pretty much unforgivable. There's no reason. Like, so this isn't. Yeah, it's like a programming issue where the game doesn't tell you the correct information. Ugh. Let's just trust our gut from now on, because I was even saying it doesn't really make sense with the rules that the game has established for the cover system and how the angles work if I were to be standing here for it to be a 100% chance to hit, and guess what? It's not. The game was just saying it was. Yeah, let's not stand all clumped up together because they're going to throw grenades at me. I think I'm going to take a shit ton of damage here, but we'll see. They might do something dumb. Maybe. Oh yeah, that was pretty dumb. He could have thrown a grenade before moving, thrown it right here and hit both of them. I think we're going to survive by the skin of our teeth just because the AI does not behave in a way that makes sense. So this guy doesn't explode when I kill him, right? Let's go over here and knife him then. Yeah, what you said is technically true, but I'm not sure it's super applicable to what we were talking about in terms of like assumptions about, you know, mechanics in a genre and stuff like that. But you're right, I care about story quite a bit. I guess compared to what you prefer. I think he got the message, the massage. 52. Oh my god. I feel like having a better weapon. I have a really kind of a shitty weapon. Oh, is that a table? Oh shit, I was like, why can't I stand there? I don't really know how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Are they gonna come to me? There's no, like, penalty for waiting. There's no incentive to, like, have a lower turn count or anything, so let's just... Oh shit, he has grenades, though. No, don't do it. Oh. Why didn't he throw a grenade? Let's not complain about that. Lucky, I guess. So if I kill this guy, the Spore Bearer should die, right? Huh, weird. Okay, we got it. It's quite the interesting little encounter there. Was that the encounter before the final encounter of this area? Gunpowder supplies. Okay. Okay. 45 to 61. What the fuck? Why does that seem really good? Wow, the difference between an epic tier 3 and a common tier 4 is surprising. This will make killing those guys a lot more reliable. Oh, it has 2 less range. That's the drawback. Let's try it. How many supplies do I have? 2. We're getting by. Surprisingly. You stand over the remains of your enemies when a sudden clattering noise in the next room makes you jump. You find a Nazi officer hiding among the files and overturned map tables. You noticed a closed safe door with a combination lock in the wall behind him. Not another step where I'll call for reinforcements. You quickly overpower the man. Unfortunately, he cannot tell you anything because he hid as soon as he heard the first sounds of a fight. Examine the safe. Oh, baby. The officer refuses to cooperate, so you tie him up. I'll handle this, says Natalia. She puts her ear to the safe and carefully turns the dial. And hops the table while she's at it. With a quiet click, the safe swings open. Whoa! I don't think I have anybody that can actually use that. Collect 3 watches. I wonder if any of the quest or achievement rewards. Wow, why could I not think of the word achievement? I wonder if any of the rewards are some supplies. Medkit range +1. Pistol range, disintegrator range. We are using a disintegrator. Hold on, don't I have a new pistol? Is this better? Less damage, same range. Yikes. I wonder what the point of pistols is. It's a higher tier weapon, but it's still way worse. It's more accurate, I guess. All that means is that when somebody's behind cover, we'll have a 45% chance of hitting them instead of 30%. Ideally, we just have a 100% chance to hit because we've flanked them or something. Does anybody use heavy armor here? Oh, hello. Wait. Vitality +1. Oh shit. Did I repair his armor? Oh no, we got this after. We just got this. Okay. Maybe I could have been a bit more patient. So I'm going to get the disintegrator range. Medkit range is weird because it feels so niche, doesn't it? Because it wouldn't even let us play around grenades or anything, because we'd still have to stand 2 tiles away, which is still within grenade range. And when else are we healing? Like, we're healing someone if they go down, right? So there might be like a really specific circumstance where somebody goes down slightly out in the open and you want to be standing behind cover that's 1 extra tile away further than you would normally be standing. But since you can just heal outside of combat with the same amount of supplies, it feels weird to even consider picking something like that. So it would be between these two, and we just pick the one that enhances the weapon that we're using. Can equip heavy armors? She goes from light armor to heavy armor? That's pretty crazy. That's a huge difference. Yeah, fuck crippling shot. Heavy armor basics is the way to go. That would be such a huge boon to her, like, bulkiness. Oh, sorry, Moosey. I've been focusing on the game. Nothing hard to back it up, but the concept is if someone primary current concern is mechanics, I can read, I swear. They might like trial and error more than what makes thematic sense. Right, they'd be more okay with learning how something works through trial and error. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Gonna have to eat some carrot sticks after the stream. A little late night carrot stick snack. Say that 10 times fast. Late night carrot stick snack. Wow, that's hard. Late night carrot stick snack. 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 Yeah, the thing is, I'm just bad at speaking, so it could just be very simple to say, and I'm just not good at saying things and enunciating properly. There's too much ammo to go around. There's got to be some really fucking long missions later on if, like, you can have 90 ammo. Like, I don't think we've used even like 30 ammo in any of our adventures so far. So it's interesting. Maybe we have. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Yeah, we've probably used a fair bit. Maybe we just find ammo often. Maybe that's why it feels like ammo doesn't matter. Maybe. That wasn't even the, like, actual thing. You can go on and on about a topic. It invigorates you. You respect that I may want to move on from it. It wasn't really a conscious moving on. It was kind of just like a... I think we discussed... We said our piece. Yeah, I enjoy the talks we have as well, Moosey. Vultures circle the rocks. Rutrow. Wait. Doesn't this tent look like really big compared to everything else? I guess this rock formation's just very sort of small. With weapons drawn, you carefully approach a dried up water hole. that you spotted among the rocks from afar. I don't even notice the bloody people on the ground. The startled vultures take flight, croaking their displeasure and exposing the scene at the rudimentary camp. You see various signs of an uneven fight, battered wooden crates, a slashed backpack, and the mortal remains of a man in a tropical suit. A tropical suit? Multiple stab wounds in a tropical suit. What is a tropical suit? I'm saying it so much because I don't know what it is. In the man's dead hands... That's not what this says. In the dead man's chest pocket, you find a folded newspaper article entitled Shocking Blood Rites in the Egyptian Desert, written by a certain Percy Ashton. Murder by poison. I had a friend named Ashton. Wait, I think I had... No, okay, there was Ashton, then there was Axton. They sound similar, but they aren't. Kidnapping and blackmail. The Konesh Brotherhood's atrocities have terrorized our beautiful metropolis over the last few weeks. Who are the sinister powers behind this secret society? Rumors point to men of influence and prestige, but we do not wish to trouble our readers with speculation. The only thing that is certain is that the Konesh Brotherhood are increasingly moving their activities to the Middle East, now that our police authorities are on their heels. I see. You search the dead man's belongings and find a British passport. The murdered man was Percy Ashton himself. The reporter was probably following a hot lead when the Brotherhood got to him. You bury the man and swear to make those fanatics pay for his murder. Let me get more comfy here. Ugh. Come on, son. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, baby. You bury the man? Okay. Okay. Hey, Brenda, are you still there? Oh shit, I just realized. Yeah, I started way later, didn't I? Okay. Brenda is still here. How's your writing going, Bree? Barely, but yes. Look at this creepy checkpoint. What's my sleep schedule like, or Brenda's? Both, I guess. Why am I burping so much? I'm trying to keep it quiet. Because I don't particularly like listening to other people burp. So why would I put you guys through that as well? My sleep schedule has been okay. I still kind of go to bed later than I would like because I have a hard time falling asleep. So I end up waking up a little bit later. I would prefer to wake up earlier. I've always had a sleeping problem. A couple hundred words a day? Hey, nice. You deleted a whole fuck ton of what you've written because it sounded stiff. How about me? I did a similar thing. I've actually, yeah, I've rewritten multiple parts of the thing that I'm writing right now. So I feel you on that. Right, I started later. Yeah, I started later today more because it was, I mean, it's a pretty mundane reason. I had just taken a shower, decided I wanted to stream, but I needed to wait for my hair to dry before I could tie it back. I didn't want to go live looking like a wet rat. You started sleeping better when you sleep earlier. I used to be able to go to sleep a lot, like, more quickly, when I would exercise and like stay busy and stuff, but that's not really the case anymore. Like, I'm staying busy pretty much all day and I'm still ending up staying up, just not being able to sleep. Writing is a struggle sometimes. The thing I'm doing now, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. 'Cause, like, I started with, like, brainstorming ideas. And then I started writing the actual thing. And then I went back to brainstorming more ideas for that thing. And then wrote a little bit more. And then now I'm like thinking about like more ideas. Like I think at a certain point I need to stop with, well, I don't even know. Maybe it's good that I keep having ideas. But I think I need to like focus on one or the other. Because that's kind of why I had to rewrite some of it, because I like wanted to integrate more of my ideas a bit better. Yeah, I'm writing too, yeah. I don't know why I started. I guess I was looking for like a creative outlet. Oh, I see, Bree. Yeah, we kind of have the opposite problems. I'm almost out of water. You're into story when it's story. Yeah, I'm like, the thing I'm writing is kind of like it's like a story, like a long story. Like I was talking about it last week with Bree. It with all the ideas I have, I think I could all of the ideas I have wouldn't fit into one. Like, if I get as far as writing as much as the ideas would sort of facilitate, it would be a few books worth at least. But I don't know if I can. That's a big commitment to like one thing, and it's just kind of a thing I'm doing, like, just to be creative. Like, I don't, it seems like too long. Like, whenever I think about how long it'll take to like write all the shit that I'm thinking about, it's pretty daunting. Yeah, I don't know. You don't need to commit. Yeah, it's true. It would be nice to have something finished at the end of all of that effort. Otherwise, it kind of feels like wasted time. Even though, like, it does have an alternate purpose of, like, the main purpose of just letting me be creative, but I feel like being creative is much more fulfilling if other people can, like, at least see the thing that you created. Oh shit, I shaved today and I think I missed a spot. It happens. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I finish some sort of draft, I'll share it with you guys. A faucet dripping into a bucket. Indeed. Yeah, I've already surprised myself with how much I've written, so, because writing is not really something I did much, or I haven't done much over the years, and for some reason I just felt like I wanted to do something. The Kings of Kush. Wait, what the fuck? We're missing out here. You cross the border into Sudan, ancient Nubia. This place is the deepest south. The highlands of Meroe. This place in the deepest south, the highlands of Meroe, was once the ancestral seat of the lost Kings of Kush. Ho 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 ho, baby. 420 blaze it. Am I right, gamers? It's a very tangible thing. Yeah. You really like writing, Brie. And others have told you you're really good at it. You can't do shit when you have no ideas. There'll be some nostalgic value revisiting your old creation in 10 to 20 years, whatever you write. Yeah. I feel like it would kind of have the same effect as like finding some like old thing that you did when you were a kid, though. You might like look back and be like, oh, I thought this was good? Oh no. You cringe at your old shit, Brie. Yeah, I can imagine that a lot of people do. I don't really have much writing stuff to go look back on besides like notes I took when I was studying and stuff. I guess I had papers that I wrote, but I don't know, like I never really cared to keep any of that stuff. You found a story about a horse you wrote and you wanted to die a little. Fanfics. Yeah, that's a whole section of the internet I've just never visited. I've never felt the desire to like you know, like extrapolate or on other people's stories or anything, or like extrapolate is probably not the best word, like expand on, or like you know, or I guess a lot of fanfic is like what if scenarios, right? I think I don't know. You're not bothered by things having been bad. Oh, I see. Looking back and being like, that was bad, gives you a sense of like, you know, it's good that you're glad that you know, or you think you know what's good now, kind of a thing. Like, look how far I've come type of mentality. I kind of understand that mentality, Brie, of like fixating on a story or a show or something until you go on to the next thing. I've kind of had that. I've had that with like, well, I've kind of had that with like a few fantasy series like Lord of the Rings or A Song of Ice and Fire. You liked the way you thought back then. It was a simpler time. You get a lot out of daydreaming. Fantasize about situations but never write them down. Yeah, I don't know what changed where like maybe the reason I just started writing, because I mean I've felt sort of creatively, I don't know what's the word, bankrupt, deprived or something, starved, that's a good word for it. Like I've wanted to be creative for a long time in some capacity, and I have been in the past with different things. But it's nice to have, I mean it's simple, I mean anybody can write stuff. It's a very sort of, if you want to do it you can type of a thing. Whereas some other shit, like, I don't fucking know, like some like glass blowing or stained glass or something would be much more difficult creative endeavor to sort of get your foot in the door. Difficult's not the right word, but more involved, definitely. Oh yeah, daydreaming during minimum wage, mind-numbing jobs. I can relate. You looked forward to work so you could escape into your thoughts. Oh man, I don't know if I ever went that far. Maybe I just daydreamed like what I thought would be a really good story and decided I should write it down this time. Maybe that's why I started. Like, okay. I was doing a bit of writing today, so let's see how... Okay. I'm 20,000 words in. How many words is an average novel? I have no idea. Yeah. But God, I've got a lot of ideas. You have no idea. You don't read as much. You have YouTube. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. In the courtyard, you see the rusted wreck of a car. The tank still appears to have a little gasoline. Ooh, baby. You continue your journey. You are all the more determined. The godless disciples of Turash Ra. Are they godless, though? How are they getting these weird powers? Is it alien shit? It's always alien shit, isn't it? Oh, the 2DS. Is it as sleek in person as it is, as it looks? I think that thing looks pretty snazzy. Holy shit, look at this. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go for. It's getting kind of late. I want to eat something before it gets too close to the time when I lay down to go to sleep. The DSi is the best in your eyes? I think I agree. Well, I haven't tried any of the newer 3DSs or 2DSs. The only sort of I only got like a 3DS when pretty much very close to when they first released the 3DSs. Well, I don't know. When was the original 3DS XL released? Was it released alongside the 3DS? I don't think so. I think it was released after. I got the original 3DS XL when Fire Emblem Awakening came out. Because it was a new Fire Emblem game and I told myself I had to play it, so I got a system to play it on. It ended up not being my favorite Fire Emblem, but it saved the franchise, so you gotta give it props for that. There's a DS XL and or DSi XL and a DS Lite XL. The DS Lite would have been before the 3DS. Right? I think. DSi, 3DS, and new 2DS XL. Oh, right. Wait, DS XL. Oh, right. I don't know why I read that as 3DS XL. What was the DS XL? I don't even remember that. I remember the original DS was this big honkin' brick of a thing. And then the DS Lite was like dope. I don't know, I feel like I use my DS Lite the most despite liking the DSi more because I do a lot of GBA shit. Because GBA is for some reason my favorite era of gaming. Oh, I see. You were talking about the different XLs. I was just thinking of like when the 3DS XL came out in relation to the original 3DS. But yeah, my point, basically, I don't know anything about the newer 3DSs, is basically the point. Since then, I mean, I never had an original 3DS at first, but I eventually got a launch edition 3DS, like one that had been bought before they introduced the Ambassador program. You know about the Ambassador program? Should I do one more thing? I'm gonna end the stream soon, but yeah, DS Lite could still do GBA. The DSi is when they ditched the GBA compatibility. The weathered shrine among the rocks looks like it's been here since the beginning of time. Oh, look at that. A cartouche. Yeah, it should end soon. But yeah, the Ambassador program was basically, it was for the people, because they lowered the price of the original 3DS by a considerable amount a few months after launch. And so for the people who had bought their 3DS before the price drop, they were like given games, like game exclusive, well, not exclusive, well, it was on the 3DS. There was no other way to play those games without homebrewing. Well, at the time, I don't think there was much of a homebrew scene for the 3DS when it first launched, obviously, but yeah, they gave, I think it was 20 games, because GBA emulation on the 3DS is apparently particularly difficult for some reason. That's why there aren't any GBA Virtual Console games on the 3DS, besides the Ambassador Program ones. But there were 10 GBA games and 10, I think, NES games. All of which were never released on the actual store. So I got one of those because one of the Ambassador Program GBA games was Fire Emblem 8, and I wanted to have a 3DS that had that on it for collecting purposes, not some like home brewed shit. Yeah, I know there's a homebrew scene for it now. You got it after the price drop? Mm-hmm. I think I might call it here, maybe, before Bree gets back. Because right now we're at risk of ending the stream right when she gets back. I don't know what's worse. Getting a 3DS. Oh, she's back. Well. What do you mean, fuck you? So I need to wait to end the stream before, like, wait for you to get back to end the stream? That's what I was gonna do all along, I swear. Yeah, for the longest time after I got my 3DS, the only 3DS game I had was Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh, eventually Golden Sun Dark Dawn came out, and then I got that, and then those were the only two games I had for it for like a few years. I have more now. Like, I don't regret getting my 3DS because it has paid off in the long run, especially now that like I got into all the Pokemon games that I missed and stuff. Having a 3DS instead of needing to buy one was a great blessing. You loved your DS? I have them right here. I need to finish playing Pokemon Black. Pokemon really scratches a certain like collection itch for me. I want like the idea of getting like a full living dex in Pokemon Home is really appealing to me for some reason, but that's a lot of time investment that I don't know if I'm willing to put in. I already invested so much time into getting all the ribbons on that shiny Manectric. I'm still missing one in Pokemon Shield. Maybe we'll do a stream trying to get it. It's the Battle Tower ribbon. There's one more ribbon. It's the competitive like ribbon, like online PvP type shit. But I would have to before it used to be that you could only enter Pokemon caught in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but now they've made it so you can like basically alter your non-Sword and Shield mons in order to compete, but to do that you have to make them forget all of their moves, and like so they only know moves that they could learn in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and my Manectric knows some shit that it can't learn in Sword and Shield, so I'm probably just not going to get that ribbon so it can keep its moves that it can't learn anymore. The new Ooblets game, I don't know what that is. Limited edition Sun and Moon 3DS, nice. I've never had one of those limited edition systems. Oh, the Pokemon Ranger games. I never realized that you could transfer Pokemon out of Pokemon Ranger into the Gen 4 games. I'm pretty sure it was Gen 4. I never realized that was a thing. I just found out about it relatively recently. I'd like to play the Pokemon Ranger games. They've interested me. I just don't know if I want to go deeper into this Pokemon rabbit hole because I've already collected most of the games at this point. Maybe I should just go all the way. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's sort of a slippery slope collecting all these like video game things, because then it would make, like, what if I decided I want to collect all the, I don't fucking know, Final Fantasy game? Well, I've already kind of done that, like physical copies of all the Final Fantasy games, or like and also all the Dragon Quest games and all the fucking, I don't know, as any other fucking series that has a million games in it. You don't know how many of those games there are. You have 2 of them. Pokemon Ranger games. I think there's 4. 3 or 4. Oh, is it like a monster collecting thing? Ooblets. Wasn't there another monster collecting thing that came out recently? It was some like early access shit. I don't remember. Someone was talking about it at one point. I think it's a good thing and a bad thing with Pokemon, because I mean it's a good, basically with Pokemon they've done such a good job at like integrating all of the games together, and like because all the games are linked, I don't know how long this will last by the way, but as of right now you can still transfer a Pokemon from a GBA game all the way up into the latest Switch game, which is insane. But because that is a thing, it feels like in every Pokemon game that you play, nothing you do is wasted effort, because you can always like reap the fruits of that effort in the other games too. They've done a really good job with that. And so because you have these people, myself included, that invest so much fucking time into these Pokemon games, there really doesn't ever feel like a reason to try any of the other like monster collecting games that come out, you know what I mean? But that's kind of a bad thing, because how are any of these other games gonna like get a decent following and see any like modicum of success? I don't know, I guess that's on them, finding an audience and everything, but Pokemon has done such a good job. It's such a big franchise. It's insane what they've managed to do with Pokemon. Isn't Pokemon still the biggest like IP in the world by a significant margin? I'm just rambling now. I'm thirsty. The dauntingness you just mentioned regarding collecting, they have good wisdom. Sims is the first thing that came to mind when... Oh, a game collection. The bonus pack. Oh my god, I remember that shit. Your new fave feature was the Wonder Trade. Yeah, Wonder Trade's been around for a while. God, I remember... Oh shit, I think it's thunderstorming outside. Every Pokemon game has every Pokemon in it from the older games. For the most part, yes. They've finally had to cut back on that in the most recent generation, which was a pretty big sort of controversy for a lot of Pokemon fans. I didn't really see an issue with it because it had to happen eventually. You can't have like 1,000 Pokemon and then come out with like 100 or 200 new Pokemon every generation and then keep including all of the previous generations. Like, it, I don't know, man. It just had to slow down eventually. It's definitely not sustainable, indeed. I think that's what a lot of the Poke people that were getting mad about that didn't understand. Yeah, it is insane that, like, I mean, and it wasn't just that, like, in Generation 6, for example, which is 2 generations ago, you could catch every, like, if you had all of the Generation 6 games, like, you could just catch every Pokemon that has ever been in any of the previous generations, 1 through 5, just having those games. You didn't need to, like, do any transferring shit. Like, they still included ways to catch all, like, how many Pokemon were there at that point? Like, 700 or some shit? All, like, 700 fucking Pokemon were obtainable in those, in that specific generation, which is insane, right? It's crazy. And it never felt like it was like spaced out in such a way that, like, you don't feel like it's not overwhelming or anything. It's crazy. I don't know how they did it for so long, but obviously it's not sustainable, so. Guild Wars. I think I played Guild Wars 2 a little bit. Their plan to add 2 new classes with 50 skills that combine with the existing classes and 30 skills for the old classes. It wasn't sustainable either. Damn, was the game dying and they were trying to, like, revitalize it or something? That's kind of the trap of Guild Wars 1 was honestly what made the game so amazing. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes these games have things that aren't necessarily designed to be stretched out over, like, years of a game, like, being supported and, like, sustained, like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's surprising how long some MMOs last. Or even, like, some... It's kind of like a similar thing with, like... Do you know what a gacha game is? Like, on mobile? The mobile gacha games and shit are kind of have a similar thing going that MMOs do, where, like, you need to keep introducing things to keep players interested, but if you introduce too much, like, you alienate new players, and, like, veteran players feel like the game is too different to what they, like, came to expect, or like what they liked about it in the first place, and so you end up kind of killing your own game over time. It's really weird. Yeah, I don't know. They saw the Balanced Nightmare before it died and started development on Guild Wars 2. The community is small and no new content. So the game, I mean, it's on life support, basically. You think I would have liked the Guild Wars 1 system? A card collecting feel to it. It sounds interesting. For some reason, the only MMO I ever got into was TERA. I had this weird, like, I had never really played much of any MMO before. Well, actually, there was 12 Sky 2, which is probably a pretty obscure MMO. But I played that one for a while when I was, like, a little bit younger. But I didn't play it as much as TERA. I don't know why I played TERA for so long. Well, I kind of know why. I got recruited into a guild that was, like, really active, and that's a good motivator. Just, like, the social aspect of it kept me coming back for a long time. And then as the guild started to become less and less active, I just eventually stopped playing. It was a fun time in that guild, though. They were like a really well-known guild, because they had like these, I wonder if it was against the rules of the game, but they had like these well, I don't think it was against the rules. There's no reason why it would be. They had like these buff spots set up where like they just had like buffing class characters with like macros, just like constantly using their skills to buff people like before dungeons and shit. Just like set up around the server that people would constantly use. And so the guild was really well known for that, because all of the buff bots basically were part of the guild. Yeah. Interesting. Combine two things and creative build freedom. That sounds cool. I was a tank in TERA. I was a tank. TERA's weird because it's very anime, but not. It attracted a crowd that was sometimes a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. My 12 Sky 2 experience was different, the other MMO that I played. I did a thing where, like, what's it called? Is there a term for, like, in an MMO when you, like, hit a certain level and then you just, like, max out your gear at that level and do PvP? Like, well, I don't know if the PvP was weird in that game. I have very little point of reference, because I've only played 2 MMOs. Min-max, I guess? It wasn't even endgame, though. In 12 Sky 2, there was a thing where it was like master levels, basically. So you hit max level, and then there were like 20 master levels. And the master levels, like, from master level 1 to 2 took more experience than it took from level 1 to max level of like a normal character, so it took an insanely long time to level up the master levels. And there was different PvP like ranks for each master level, basically. And so I basically decided that I didn't want to keep leveling master levels because it took so fucking long and it was boring. So I just maxed out my gear and got the best skills and stuff for my master level, and then just played PvP for a long time. But that got boring too, because I was so min-maxed that I would just like 2 or 3 shot everybody and take no damage. Yeah. Guild Wars had you hit max level quickly. But you had more progression in the form of skill collecting. There was skill collecting in 12 Sky 2 as well. I probably would have liked Guild Wars 1. Oh, it limited 8 skills. You couldn't have more. I can't remember exactly. Oh god, I can't remember exactly how you collected skill. I just remember that there were some skills you could only get through very specific means. There were like the basic skills, and then you had to like get other skills through various things. Because I don't even think there were any. I don't remember there ever, like, I don't think there were actual classes in 12 Sky 2. I think you just had the skills that you chose to use. No, maybe there was. I don't remember. But like the leveling up was particularly involved compared to what Terra was. I don't know how other MMOs do it, but like when you when you leveled up, you would choose where literally every single one of your stat points went. Like there was never like you level up and just get stats. You had to make the active decision to put your stats into specific areas. Terra was not like that. I don't think you ever chose where your stat points went. I think it was more like gear based. You could have hundreds, but you would equip 8. Primary and secondary class, you could choose 7 skills from either combo you wanted. 1 elite skill from your primary class. No Death Knight, but if you wanted a Death Knight, you were a Warrior Necromancer. That's cool. It sounds like a cool system. Yeah, there was something about... Man, I wonder if 12 Sky 2 is still a thing. It was so long ago, but some of these MMOs just stick around forever, huh? I wonder if 12 Sky 2 is still a thing. I doubt my account, like, I don't remember my account info. I don't know if I could go back to it. I remember really liking having to, like, choose where all my stats go, though. It felt like there was a very tangible progression. Point blank range elementalist. That's cool. Oh, cool. I don't know, maybe one day, but probably not. Because, like, even Terra, the MMO I put the most time into, I have no real interest in going back to, really. I know Peter was trying to convince me to play WoW for a while, but... No, I couldn't. No. I don't know. I'll keep that in mind, Moosey. Wouldn't recommend WoW. Yeah. I don't really have any interest. Especially now, I don't really do any Blizzard stuff anyway, so... I should probably end the stream soon. I'm just gonna end it now, actually. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty and hungry. Let's try to make sure this saves so we don't have to do anything again. Yeah, it was nice talking, Moosey. Take care. Should we see if the game crashes? Hold on. Whoa, look at this. It's not crashing. Wow. I am shocked. Okay, well. Yeah, take care, Moosey. Take care, Bree. I'll see you around.